video into metrics and why you shouldn't follow metrics as much as you may believe. When I first started doing SEO, I was led to believe that basically metrics were, if you like, the king or most important thing in the world. I was taught basically before, if you follow metrics, you're always right. People basically convinced me, if you like, when I was a bit stupid or less experienced in SEO, that if basically something's a 20 trustful, it must always be better than a 1 trustful, and that kind of stuff. I was basically led to believe that metrics, if you like, are the most important thing. And these basically mean that guaranteed quality, and someone actually made me a bit stupid, I believed them. But anyway, someone actually made me believe at the time that, if you like, Google itself basically approves these metrics. A bit stupid, but anyway. When it comes to SEO and actually links, what you should consider if you're trying to work out if a backlink's good or bad, or a site's high quality or not, you should be looking at different things. You should be looking at, is this link which is attached to your site, is it high quality? Is it hard for you to get? If it's hard for you to get, it will quite likely be one which can be used to, say, boost your rankings in Google, get you more traffic, more sales, more money. If anyone in the world can get it, that basically means, if you like, is not as good quality in a lot of cases. There is a exception to every rule, of course, but in general, if something's hard to get, link-wise, it will generally be a better one than something that anyone can get. You can as well sometimes find what we call very high authority sites. So basically anyone can register at them or get links, but not many people do it. The reason why not many people do it is lots of people, when it comes to link building, don't actually know how to find links. They just really have, if you like, one way to do it, two ways to do it. If you want to actually find high quality links, you should be kind of looking everywhere. Not just in Google, not just in Bing, not just in Yahoo. You should be basically looking, if you like, into many search engines as you can. You should also be, as well, if you can, be using different programs to help you find high quality links, like, for example, Scrapebox. In the case of expired domains, when you look at expired domain, you should think of it this way. What makes it better than a site you can make yourself? You should think of it this way. Say it's got 100 links. If 10 of the links from the sites you couldn't get yourself, or you don't know how to get them, or it would take a lot of money for you to buy them or get them, then if you like, you found a site which is good and should be good. You should also, well, if you can, try and find out if something's wrong with the site. Say it's got a penalty you can find. I mean, for example, let's just say we find a site, it's got, say, for argument's sake, 100,000 backlinks. Anyway, it's got 100,000 backlinks. We stick a site into refs, we can't find any sign of any keywords it's ranking for, and we do more research into it, and we can't find any things. That would generally mean it's got some kind of penalty or some kind of problem with it for whatever reason. And that would then mean to tell us getting a link off that thing or having it expired is not really smart. The only way I would say it could be smart, if you like, if you're willing to get the penalty removed or get the problem removed, or you're willing to do something with it to fix it, then it's not really worth you getting. You should generally aim, when it comes to expired domains, getting domains which should help you to actually rank your other sites if you're doing the PBN thing. You could also, what you may not consider, is do what we call rank direct. What does rank direct mean? Let's just say we got a taxi firm. Anyway, we got a taxi firm based in Newcastle in the United Kingdom. Anyway, we do a rank direct system. We basically have it ranked for a load of different Newcastle-based taxi terms. Anyway, what happens next? We go up to different taxi firms in Newcastle and say, "Hey, I got sites on first page for different taxi-based keywords. Would you be interested in, say, paying me £500 a month for me to keep you in the front page and make sure everyone who's looking for Newcastle-based taxis goes to you instead of your competition?" I mean, to be fair, some will say no to you, but if you go through them all, say for our sake, I don't know, I haven't really checked it myself for Newcastle, but just say for our sake, there's 100 different taxi firms, big ones, in Newcastle. Anyway, you approach 10 of them and say no to you. Whoever 10 you contact next basically say to you, "Yes, we'll do it." And you have basically what you can have, which is quite cool, is you can then, if they all say yes to you, you can maybe say to one of them, say, "Hey, would you be willing to put your price up?" Because I've had another guy say to me, he'll pay me too. So you end up then, you have some people wanting what you have, you can actually put up to, say, 550 or raise it a wee bit less, a wee bit more. If you have many people wanting what you're providing, you can actually, if you like, put the price up. And because you're putting the price up, you can also, as well, which is quite smart, you may not realise, you can get what we call People basically, if you like, think of you as more important or you're more skillful by your price. When I used to actually do a bit of selling for different things, the thing that puzzles me and intrigued me at the same time was when I used to sell things at really cheap prices, people would speak to me, to be honest, like a bit of dirt. But as soon as I put my price up just a little bit, it intrigues me and surprises me a bit. People treat me with so much more respect, and I actually sell a lot more easier. If I sell things too cheap, I find you just get really time wasters and just people who basically can't afford it anyway. If you put your price up slightly, you can actually have just enough, which means people will respect you more and you'll get more people buying from whatever you're selling. Another thing I was going to say as well, sorry I'm talking too much, but anyway, another thing you can do with this thing as well when you get expired, I mean, from me is my goal is, as well as another thing you might want to do with it, is to have you have a site which can say make you $100 a month, £100, whatever your currency is. It's something that can basically make you a bit of steady money. You can use it just to say get yourself a holiday every year, a cheap holiday. You can just use it to help pay your debt. Just use it for extra money, whatever you want. That's my end goal for giving you, if you like, expired domain. Something that can basically help you either get more sales, more money, whatever. Because I know if you're a regular person, it's highly unlikely you can basically, in a lot of cases, pay someone say 2,000 to get your domain, that kind of stuff. Because I mean, realistically, unless you have really rich parents or you're rich yourself, paying lots of money for different domains, that kind of stuff, can be expensive. It can be very time consuming. And if you're on a small budget or very little, you can't really afford it. Another thing as well, I was going to say as well for this, as a final bit to it, you can do this if you want. You can make it a PBM, it's completely your choice. But if you're on a PBN, make sure it's high quality. You make it unique. You don't make it look like a child made it or someone that's bad at things done it. You should make it look as professional as possible. You should make it have high quality content, high quality designs. A regular person should have no idea if they see your site is a PBN. That means it should have a good theme, a good style, good design, good content. It should be something, if you like, people would actually want to see. You have different styles of PBN. I wasn't just finish this wee bit talking about it. You basically standard PBN, which is just a blog style, simple blog. The reason for why people do blogs is because it's the cheapest. You also get what we call hybrid. Hybrid, if you like, is like a crossover between a blog style and also a more business theme. You also get what we call business style. Business style is one of the highest quality of PBNs. The reason it's the highest quality is because it's meant to look like a real business. I mean, for its argument's sake, say you've got a joiner site, you might call it, say, Average Joe Builders.com, just for argument's sake, PBN. So you would have basically a brand name off that site, you would have basically opening hours, you'd have contact you. It'll basically look like a business site. And an average person would have no idea it was actually a PBN and not actually a real business site. You can actually find from it, this is if you can do it well and also it has some authority, you can actually find what ends up happening is so many people think that this is a real business, you can actually, in some cases, actually have people saying, hey, can I get a guest post off you? Hey, could we hire your joinery services? That kind of stuff. If you make it look like good, you can actually end up going from, if you want, a PBN into a real business and it can actually go again. I've actually had one myself, and because it was one of the first PBNs I built. I don't really do, to be honest, PBNs. They're not really worth it for all the time. But anyway, I'd done one, and anyway, a guy thought it was basically a real business. So a guy actually contacted me and said, "Hey, can I get a guest poster?" And I thought, so is this guy serious? I thought, to be honest, the guy was joking, but I just replied just to see if he was serious, and he was. And anyway, he got a guest post on my site, and then I rethought my thinking of the site and decided it's not really something I really want to do. Keep having a PBN. I'll just make it different. So anyway, I started instead of doing like a PBN. I went for more. I just made money basically from AdSense and a few other things. And to me, overall, it's been quite a cool setup. Just moving from the standard PBNs into a proper money site. I prefer money sites myself to PBNs in a sense. I'd rather have a little money site making me say steady money than having like a load of PBNs which don't really do anything overall good. I kind of like sites if you want to be something which you can use long term and short term, rather than just something that's set purely for the purpose to help you rank in Google. Anyway, hope this gives you a bit of advice on to metrics and other SEO factors. Anyway, see you.